home games.
The park feels like, and it's just would be my suggestion, that it has played pitcher friendly more often than hitter friendly. But I don't know how we figure out if is it going to be like that next year? It sounds like from everybody's, what I've heard is that they've said last year was kind of the opposite. So it becomes it's weather, right? And it's hard to what I think the best thing we can do is we have to be prepared to play in both situations as best we can.
Do you think that is Wrigley particularly unique in that way? I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's the wind affects this ballpark. There's probably other parks that I might miss a park, but I think it affects this park as much as any.
It seems like, does that present an added layer of challenge when you're thinking about building a roster where you're?
Well, it's not an excuse, because we play in the same weather as the New York Yankees or the Pittsburgh Pirates. So it's not an excuse about performance at all. It just does offer different conditions, and we've talked about. I've said, when if the home run wasn't a part of baseball, this would be a different game. Certainly. And I think, you have to acknowledge that.
The baseball board is next on The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for Cubs baseball all season long. This is the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's majestic golden eagles and other less majestic birds taunting you through the baseball-sized hole in your new windows. It's soaring guitar solos performed through faulty wiring in your garage, which subsequently erupts into flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hey, Tinley Park, your new Amazon Fresh grocery store is officially open. Pick up our circular in-store and find big deals updated every week. Visit your new Amazon Fresh grocery store, now open on South Harlem Avenue.
When you're ready to trade up from ordinary to extraordinary and the time of your life, visit the Midwest's premier entertainment destination, Four Winds Casinos. Extraordinary food, shows, shopping, and fun at Four Winds Casinos. Visit fourwindscasinos.com and trade up from ordinary to extraordinary. Four Winds Casinos.
Wow, honey, have you seen the electric bill?
Yeah, it's out of control. But have you heard of Navien tankless water heaters?
Tankless? How does that even work?
Well, instead of constantly heating and storing water, it only heats water when we need it. So much more efficient than our giant tank heater.
That sounds great. Let's look into Navien.
Already on it.
Imagine
all the hot water you need only when you need it. Bulky tanks are history. Navien high-efficiency tankless is the future. Compact, wall-hung units free up floor space, lower energy bills, longer life than tanks, and a 15-year warranty. Find out more at tanklessmadesimple.com.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
The Cubs hosting the Yankees, game 2 of a 3-game set. Partly cloudy, temperature in the low 60s, wind blowing from left to right as we speak. Who Are You Banking On is sponsored by Busey Bank. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. I'm banking on Pete Crow Armstrong. PCA is hitting better than 300 over his last 15 games with 3 homers and 15 RBIs. The pitching matchup is sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Javier Assad going for the Cubs, 7-4 with a 3.21 ERA. He beat Washington a week ago today. A quality start, 6 innings, 3 runs on 8 hits. Clark Schmidt is 5-3 with a 2.52 ERA. He's making his first start since late May for the Yankees when he went on the injured list with a lat strain. The right-hander made 3 rehab appearances in the minors before being activated for this game today against the Cubs. Around Baseball is sponsored by Great Clips. For your next haircut, go to Great Clips. It's going to be great. In game one of a doubleheader, top three Nationals leading the Pirates 1-0. Dylan Cruz a home run. Now let's pause for the playing of the national anthem here at Wrigley Field.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Elise Baker performing the national anthem this afternoon at Wrigley Field. The national anthem sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Now it's time for baseball at Wrigley. Cubs, Yankees, Pat, Ron. Next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Jamison Tyone. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey parents, Instacart here. And this season, we've got your back to school. As in, we've got your back when your kid derails your grocery trip the weekend before school starts because they have nothing to wear and hate everything in their closet. And ankle socks aren't cool anymore, Mom. But it's all good because through Instacart, you can order all the groceries and school lunch stuff you need from the comfort of your ankle socks. Home. Download the app to get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes and a $0 delivery fee on your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
You've heard us talk a lot about FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Well, we have something a little different for you. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Then, with a YouTube TV base plan, you'll be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. All you need is a Google account and a current form of payment, and you can cancel anytime. Just visit FanDuel.com/StreamNC to download America's #1 sportsbook. 21 plus and present in North Carolina. Full price of NFL Sunday Ticket will be automatically charged seasonally after free trial. No refunds. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus and present in Illinois. Opt-in required. Wager requirements apply. Bonuses awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bets or profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including bonus expiration. See terms and conditions at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by Health Markets. Shop for health insurance your way. And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Get out the tape measure, long gone. Back in the stands. That ball is gone. A game-winning home run. Can you believe it? This is what you came here for. You got the Cubs game on The Score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benjamin Moore, Benny's Beverage Depot, Hefty Trash Bags, Sigler Subaru of Kenosha, Bosch Power Tools, James Hardy Building Products, Sloan, Stella Blue Coffee, Traffic Tech, Wintrust Community Banks, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley Field, Arturo Tires, and by BetMGM, the sports book born in Vegas. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly. And now, here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer, with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's game 2 of this 3-game weekend series between the Chicago Cubs and the New York Yankees. Good afternoon, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. Cubs lost the opener yesterday by a score of 3-0. Today they'll try to get even, sending right-hander Javier Assad to the mound against the Yankees right-hander Clark Schmidt. It's bright and sunny. There's a hint of autumn in the air. 63 degrees at game time, but it's dry, and we're going to start right on time, and no chance really for any rain today. So let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for today's game. The lineups are sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Leading off for the Yankees today at second base, Gleyber Torres. Juan Soto in right. Aaron Judge batting third and playing in center field. Austin Wells catching. Giancarlo Stanton batting fifth. He will be the designated hitter. Batting sixth and playing third base, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Former Cub Anthony Rizzo at first base. Anthony Volpe batting eighth and playing shortstop. And the Yankees left fielder Alex Verdugo. Verdugo is batting ninth. Those are the Yanks. Here are the Cubs. It'll be Ian Happ leading off in left field. Michael Busch at first base. Seiya Suzuki, the designated hitter. The cleanup batter in right field is Cody Bellinger. Nico Horner at second base. Dansby Swanson batting sixth and playing shortstop. Pete Crow Armstrong in center. Patrick Wisdom starting at third base. And batting ninth and doing the catching, Christian Bethancourt. We are ready to go, the Cubs and the Yanks. Game time temperature 63, sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Your trusted local experts, Four Seasons. Huge crowd on hand, beautiful late summer day. Back to get it started right after this. You are listening to The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for Cubs baseball all season long. This is the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It's packed with benefits to help unlock more value from your business purchases. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Learn more at americanexpress.com/businessgoldcard.
If you're an adult with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, you have options with Entyvio. For maintenance therapy, you and your doctor can choose between intravenous infusion or the Entyvio pen, a self-administered injection under the skin you can take at home or on the go. Discover your options at Entyvio.com. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Ask your healthcare provider about Entyvio.
Some things in life can be tricky, like learning to play an instrument, tying a knot in a balloon, your kids' math homework.
What?
Life insurance can feel tricky too, but at State Farm, we can help make it easier to understand so you can protect your family's future. A local State Farm agent can help you look at your options and choose the coverage you need to protect the people you love. Contact your local agent or visit statefarm.com today.
You've heard us talk a lot about FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Well, we have something a little different for you. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Then, with a YouTube TV base plan, you'll be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. All you need is a Google account and a current form of payment, and you can cancel anytime. Just visit FanDuel.com/StreamNC to download America's #1 sportsbook. 21 plus and present in North Carolina. Full price of NFL Sunday Ticket will be automatically charged seasonally after free trial. No refunds. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus and present in Illinois. Opt-in required. Wager requirements apply. Bonuses awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bets or profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including bonus expiration. See terms and conditions at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The umpires for today's game. Joliet native Mark Carlson is the crew chief. Mark, an excellent umpire. He'll be behind the plate today, calling balls and strikes. Brian Walsh at first. The second base arbiter is Dan Merzel and Jordan Baker over at third. The announcement of the umpires sponsored by Suits 2020 in Niles, the largest selection of wedding outfits for grooms and groomsmen. Suits 2020, affordable luxury. Game 2, we thank you for joining us. Here we go. Javier Assad's first pitch pulled on the ground of the hole at short. Backhanded by Swanson. Long throw to first. Not in time. Cubs might challenge the play. Swanson made a fantastic play. Backhanding the ball off balance on the outfield grass. Had all of his momentum going away from first. And made a one-hop sidearm throw and just an eyelash too late. But what a play by Dansby nonetheless.
Yeah, he really can't make it much better than that. He goes well into the outfield grass. And because of where he ends up after sliding, backhanding this ball, the throw has to be somewhat of a sidearm throw instead of over the top. And when the ball hits the grass in front of Bush, it kind of dies. But a great play by Dansby.
Juan Soto will take high. I thought we were going to have a miraculous play on the very first pitch of the game.
He did everything he can do to try to get that out.
Soto 1 for 4 yesterday. One of the game's best young ball players, or one of the best players, period, I would say. This guy's got 38 homers. He's driven in 98. 295 average. He's going to become a very wealthy man very soon. The 2-0 to Soto is in there for a strike. He's probably not hurting right now.
I was going to say the Bills are getting paid pretty well right now if you take a look at his contract, but they're really going to get paid well here coming up in another few months.
The pitch on the way to the left-handed batting Soto is inside, and the count 3-1. Not much familiarity between Assad, the Cub right-hander, and the Yankee hitters. It's his first career start against them. He worked 3 innings in relief. And that's the extent of his experience against the Yanks. 3 whole innings. Now Soto waiting for the 3-1. Takes a strike. Off-speed pitch. I'm surprised Soto was not more aggressive on that pitch.
I think Soto is a breaking ball from Assad. It starts out high, and Soto gave up on it. And it ends up dropping down right at the top of the zone, borderline pitch. And Assad got that pitch from Mark Carlson.
Let's see if Torres is moving on the 3-2 pitch. We're in the first inning. Nobody out and a man at first. Full count on Soto. The pitch by Assad. He's thinking along those same lines as he tosses over to first.
Torres
keeping
really
the runner close.
He really doesn't have much of a lead at all. I mean, that was a throw over to first called from the dugout. But, I mean, he was literally one step off the base and went right back.
Torres not moving. The pitch taken inside for ball 4. The Cubs catcher, Christian Bethancourt, thought they had him. He did a little hop of frustration. And to be honest with you, it looked like Soto would not have been surprised had that been called strike 3.
Borderline pitch inside. And I think part of it is Bethancourt, in his excitement, catches this ball thinking it was strike 3 and kind of popped up quick. The pitch on our monitor, whether it hits the strike zone or not, was inside. It was in, but borderline. It could have went either way. And Bethencourt held it pretty good. I take that back. He did not jump up right away. And Assad asking Mark Carlson where you have it, inside or down. And
it was a good call as we watch the replay. Here is Aaron Judge batting. So 2 men on, nobody out. Top of the first. The big man swings and fouls it back. And I'm not kidding when I say big. 6'7", 282 pounds. And as you used the word chiseled yesterday, Ron, I think that's very accurate. The 0-1 to Judge, and he swings and misses.
I guarantee you there has never been a guy play center field at 6'7", 280 pounds. Not a chance.
I can't think of any. Here's a pitch just outside. It's now 1-2.
I mean, the only guys that come to mind that were of that size, Frank Howard, right, was a great big man.
I think he played more left field.
He did. He played left, and then first base.
Here comes the 1-2, and it gets away from the catcher Bethencourt, and the runners will advance to second and third. So immediately the Bronx Bombers are threatening with men at second and third and nobody out here in the first inning.
Now this is a breaking ball. Bethencourt on one knee and on his right knee, and that ball to his right. And when the catchers, that's how they're taught now, is to get down on one knee. Just makes it very difficult for them to move. And he was unable to move to his right, and the ball got by him.
Cubs keep the infield back. The 2-2 to Aaron Judge. Pulled on the ground, foul toward third. Judge is going to be the American League MVP, and I think I mentioned yesterday, Ron, I don't know how you couldn't vote for him.
Yeah, I would agree. You look at his numbers and what he's doing. 223, 51 homers, and 125 driven in.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch now to Judge. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball got him. Good slow breaking ball by Javier Assad. And that is out number one. And the batter is Austin Wells.
Boy, good slow breaking ball. Great location. He got Judge to chase that ball off the plate, down and away.
Wells now will take the first pitch for ball one. Wells, a 252 hitter, had the key two-run single in yesterday's game. The Yankees got all three of their tallies in the third. Aaron Judge had an RBI double, and this man, Austin Wells, a two-run single, and that was the extent of the scoring for the whole game. Fastball is high. The count now 2-0. You've got another right-handed batter on deck, Giancarlo Stanton. First base open, the cleanup hitter Wells hitting 252. Cubs have the infield back, the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Maybe the best sinking fastball we've seen yet from Assad.
Yeah, that one jumped out of his hand. That was pretty good two-seam fastball. In batting practice today, early, there wasn't a lot of hitting on the field, but Cubs did some early work. Ball really flying to right field.
Bouncing ball to second. A run will score. Horner will throw to first in time. Wells gets the RBI. Gleyber Torres scores the game's first run. Soto advances to third. Yankees lead 1-0, but now there are two down for Giancarlo Stanton.
Now this early in the ball game, you'll give up an out for a run. And Wells getting deep in the count, did not want to punch out. He just rolls that ball to second base.
Stanton, muscular designated hitter. Nothing for 3 yesterday. He's missed a lot of games with injuries this season. Still has 25 home runs. Stanton backs away from a high fastball.
Well, you think about, and Zach brought this up early today when we were just kind of getting ourselves prepped for the ball game. The size of the Yankees team.
Smacked on the ground to second, fielded by Horner. He'll throw him out to end the inning.
Stanton, Rizzo, and Judge. I think the Bears would take all three of those guys in a heartbeat.
In either line, offensive or defensive, absolutely. Yankees get a run, leave one after a half. New York 1, Cubs coming up. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It's packed with benefits to help unlock more value from your business purchases. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
Some things in life can be tricky, like learning to play an instrument. Life insurance can feel tricky too, but State Farm can help make it easier. Contact your local agent or visit statefarm.com today.
If you're an adult with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, you have options with Entyvio. For maintenance therapy, you and your doctor can choose between intravenous infusion or the Entyvio pen, a self-administered injection under the skin you can take at home or on the go. Discover your options at Entyvio.com. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Ask your healthcare provider about Entyvio.
Cubs leadoff man presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. Ian Happ leading it off today against Clark Schmidt. And the right-hander's first pitch is outside for a ball. Yankees lead 1-0. Happ 0 for 4 yesterday. Leadoff man presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Ian gets a base hit, Benny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Sinking fastball in for a strike. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Clark Schmidt, Ron, making his first major league appearance since May 26. He's been out with a lat strain as Happ takes low and in. What's the plan against him?
Well, first of all, you got to see if he's going to throw strikes. He's got a good arm. Loves the cut fastball. So he's throwing some sinkers here right away to Ian as a left-handed hitter. But he loves to throw the cutter, sweeper, and then the sinker is his third pitch, believe it or not.
Fastball strike on the outside, 2-2.
He's one of those guys, and looking at him this morning and now watching him here, very fast, max effort kind of windup, right? He gets going, and the body comes at you with his arm very quickly.
2-2, low and inside, 3-2. And on this chilly day, he's not wearing the long sleeves.
I think the temperature on the field in the sunshine is much different than it is just off the field when you're in the shade.
Here comes the payoff pitch to Ian Happ. Outside, leadoff walk for Ian Happ. Another big crowd on hand. The Cubs managed only one hit yesterday. They had a double from Cody Bellinger in the 4th inning. And yet, it was a close ball game throughout. The Cubs losing 3-0. Cubs have been shut out twice in their 3 losses on this homestand. As Michael Busch steps in to face Clark Schmidt. And the first pitch outside, Ron.
That little cutter just missed off the plate away. 94 miles an hour. Speed Gun is always powered by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once.
Busch hitless yesterday in 4 at-bats. Left-handed batter waiting. Taking very high ball, 2-0. First inning powered by Invesco QQQ. Tomorrow's innovation awaits with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. Yankees lead 1-0. Busch looks at a strike.
Ian Happ and Anthony Rizzo carrying on a conversation over there. Kind of funny.
Teammates for several years. This pitch missing low and in, 3-1. Okay, what's the hitter thinking here, Ron?
Well, you've seen a couple different pitches. You've seen a couple two-seamers. and you've seen a couple cutters, but nothing has been consistent to Bush. I would zone up and look for a ball that you really like in a certain location. If you don't get it, don't swing.
Ground ball right side, fielded by the second baseman. Torres goes to second, one, and that's all. Volpe took the throw, was going to throw to first, but there was no play there. Fielder's choice, one away. Cubs trail 1-0 in the bottom of the first, and the batter, Seiya Suzuki.
Torres fields this ball, taking a step to his left. The throw to second base is very low. It's about ankle high. Well, Volpe really tough turn at second base. Made the smart move and didn't throw at all.
Suzuki, nothing for 3 yesterday. He'll back away from an inside fastball. Cubs wearing their home white uniforms, the blue pinstripes all over. White shirts and trousers. Dark blue helmets and numerals and sleeves and socks. Suzuki has the white shoes on. The next pitch in there for a strike. The Yankees, I don't think their road uniform has ever changed ever since I started following the game many, many years ago. Gray shirts, gray trousers. The rest is black. Black hats, sleeves, numbers, socks. Now the 1-1. High and inside, 2-1. Schmidt, Ron, one of your first comments was, let's see if he can throw strikes. He has not really shown that fine control just yet.
Well, I think, one of the things you're looking at, too, is the adrenaline rush of getting back into just pitching in the big leagues again.
2-1 pitch fouled away, 2-2.
That foul ball took the mask. Catcher Wells right off his face. That one can rattle your brain a little bit. You actually got a piece of Mark Carlson, too. But you're right. When a guy first comes back and he's a younger player, you got to make sure that he's going to be able to do, what the scouting report says. And first things first, to me as a hitter, was, is he going to throw strikes? Because if not, I am not going to go up there and help him.
Yeah, he pitched some really good games early in the season. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Suzuki is out number 2. Clark Schmidt, for example, against Minnesota on May 16. At Minnesota, 8 shutout innings. 6 2/3 shutout innings at Tampa in May. Put together a record of 5-3 with a 2.82 ERA, and then suffered the lat strain. As Bellinger bats, pitch to Cody is outside for ball 1.
The other thing about him, when you're looking at his numbers, his strikeout numbers are very good. They're well above, they're above innings pitched. And to me, that's something you look at. I always check out the strikeout to walk ratio.
Fastball high, snap throw by the catcher Wells to Rizzo, not in time. Bush diving back in.
As a right-handed hitter against Schmidt today, and then you even add the wind blowing out towards the right field corner, I would give up on the pull side, and I would be really dialing into the 368 mark if I was facing him, looking for something going away from him.
Bellinger looking at a strike, and now it's 2-1. Cody had the only hit yesterday, a double, just out of the range of a diving Anthony Rizzo on the first baseline. Cubs did not have a leadoff man reach in the entire 9 innings yesterday. That makes it tough when the first man is retired in all 9 frames and only 1 hit for the day. You're just not going to win those games.
Right.
And the 2-1 lifted foul out of play. And last night, after a frustrating afternoon for the Cubs, more frustration because both Atlanta and the New York Mets were winners in their games. So now the Cubs are 5 full games behind both of those teams for that final wild card spot. Now the 2-2 to Bellinger, outside and low, 3-2.
Walks by opposing pitchers, sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers, reassuringly strong protection for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com.
Traveling time for the runner at first. Bush, there he goes. Bellinger bounces one to second. Routine play for Torres, and the inning comes to an end. Score that one 4-3. Cubs leave one. At the end of one, Yankees 1, Cubs nothing. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer are Chicago's Sound of Summer on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
At Magnum Insurance, we know how much it has cost you to realize your dreams. That's why we help you protect them with the best coverage, the best service, and the best price on insurance policies. Schedule your free consultation or get a quote at magnuminsurance.com.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It's packed with benefits to help unlock more value from your business purchases. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
Wow, honey, have you seen the electric bill?
Yeah, it's out of control. But have you heard of Navien tankless water heaters?
Tankless? How does that even work?
Well, instead of constantly heating and storing water, it only heats water when we need it. So much more efficient than our giant tank heater.
That sounds great. Let's look into Navien.
Already on it.
Imagine all the hot water you need only when you need it. Bulky tanks are history. Navien high-efficiency tankless is the future. Compact, wall-hung units free up floor space, lower energy bills, longer life than tanks, and a 15-year warranty. Find out more at tanklessmadesimple.com.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
The second inning is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Remember, on Southwest, 2 bags fly free. Pat?
Very good, Zach. Thank you. Understand Kerry Wood is going to stop by. Big weekend for Kerry Wood and Aramis Ramirez. They are going to be inducted into the Chicago Cubs Hall of Fame this weekend. I think the ceremony tomorrow will be the official induction moment, but kind of a whole weekend celebrating Kerry and Aramis. Very thrilling run for me. I think I saw just about every single game that Kerry ever pitched and almost every single game that Aramis ever played in a Cub uniform. And I am delighted to see them going into the Hall of Fame.
I saw Aramis yesterday here at the ballpark with his family. And yeah, Woody, former teammate of mine in 01, great guy, and I know he'll have his family here today and tomorrow. So congrats to both of them, and always look forward to seeing Kerry.
3-1 pitch to Jazz Chisholm is fouled away. Chisholm leading off the Yankees' second inning. Yanks got a run in the first. Gleyber Torres with an infield single, moved up on a walk. Went to third on a wild pitch and scored on Austin Wells' ground ball. Deep fly to left, playable for Happ, makes the catch. Left field might be a little tricky sun field today. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the ball that goes up high is going to have some issue. They're getting traded now to Anthony Rizzo's first at-bat in today's ball game.
And another standing ovation from these fans. Anthony takes off the helmet to acknowledge them. And Anthony, a very popular player and a great player for the Cubs. Yesterday, Ron, I was reading about his generosity. He always was good at visiting hospitals and dealing with young cancer patients. He allowed 200 of those young cancer survivors to come out and enjoy the ball game yesterday. Anthony always doing things like that. He did it very quietly too, and it's one more reason to admire him.
Yeah, no doubt. He had a bunch of the kids down on the field yesterday. It was a very cool moment.
1 ball and 1 strike on Rizzo. Rizzo hitting .225. Had a broken bone in his arm and missed a couple of months. Left-handed batter takes high. Rizzo, 35 years old. And so many great moments in a Cub uniform. Here comes the 2-1. Fly ball, deep left center field. over toward the warning track, and dropping the ball is Crow Armstrong, and Rizzo will hustle and get to second base. That's going to be an error on Crow Armstrong. He reached out, just didn't reach far enough. It hit the fingertips of his glove, and he dropped it on the warning track.
Yeah, this ball's well struck, but it's hit right into the teeth of that wind. Crow Armstrong gets over there. He's got a beat on it and then just reaches out. And as you said, it hits him right in the tip of the glove and doesn't make the catch. And it'll be a two-base error on Crow Armstrong.
On a different day, that ball might have gotten out of here.
Yeah, that's a home run on a different day for sure.
Anthony Volpe will take a strike. E8. One away and a man at second. Yankees lead 1-0. Volpe 1 for 4 yesterday. Assad's pitch. Volpe takes outside. The Yankees have been good road warriors this season. They have the best road record of any of the 30 major league teams. 44-29 on the road. Next offering missing outside 2-1. What is surprising, Ron, at home they are not that dominant. They have a winning record, but it's not anywhere near as dominant as their road mark. At home, 37-31. Good, but not outstanding. Here's a pitch fouled away off to the right.
Wherever New York goes, wherever the Yankees go, not New York, but wherever the Yankees go, they bring a certain energy to that city. They just do, and they always have. And I experienced it playing for the Yankees and their fans and everything else. I mean, they just kind of engulf a city with their fans and the team and the energy around the ballpark. And we've seen it around here at Wrigley Field. Yesterday, there were thousands of Yankee fans here at Wrigley.
I think the fact that they've won more World Series championships than any other team has something to do with that.
No doubt. Absolutely.
27 times they've been the World Series champs. 27. Here comes the 3-2 pitch on the way. Check swing. That's strike 3. I believe Carlson was going to call it a strike. Volpe saying, did you call it or did you say that I swung? And Carlson, I think, said, I called that a strike. I believe he did.
Yeah, it's a two-seam fastball. Volpe gives up on it away, and it comes back to the zone. And Mark Carlson calls that strike 3.
Out number 2, strikeout number 2 for Assad. Yankees lead 1-0 second inning. Alex Verdugo, the batter, pulls the ground ball to first. Scooped up by Bush. Unassisted play ends the inning. No runs, no hits, an error, and a man left. Middle of inning number 2. Yankees 1, Cubs nothing. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Craig Counsell here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's majestic golden eagles and other less majestic birds taunting you through the baseball-sized hole in your new windows. It's soaring guitar solos performed through faulty wiring in your garage, which subsequently erupts into flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Wow, honey, have you seen the electric bill?
Yeah, it's out of control. But have you heard of Navien tankless water heaters?
Tankless? How does that even work?
Well, instead of constantly heating and storing water, it only heats water when we need it. So much more efficient than our giant tank heater.
That sounds great. Let's look into Navien.
Already on it.
Imagine all the hot water you need only when you need it. Bulky tanks are history. Navien High Efficiency Tankless is the future. Compact, wall-hung units free up floor space, lower energy bills, longer life than tanks, and a 15-year warranty. Find out more at tanklessmadesimple.com.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Tuesday, September 17th is Cubs Hockey Jersey Night. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials receive a special edition Cubs hockey jersey. Huh?
Zach, thank you. We are delighted to have Kerry Wood in our booth. I mentioned that this is a big weekend for Kerry and Aramis Ramirez. They're going to be inducted into the Chicago Cubs Hall of Fame as Nico Horner leads off the second inning, and he'll take down low. First of all, Kerry, congratulations to you. Well-deserved. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you, Pat. I really appreciate it. And again, it's just a humbling experience to be here this weekend, and an honor just to be heading in there with Aramis. And I played so many years with him and played so many games with him. And we had some great times and some really big games. So it's an honor to be going in with him as well.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch from Clark Schmidt to Nico Horner. And he'll take a strike. Now, earlier this week, Ron and I had the pleasure of broadcasting a collaborative or a combined no-hitter by the Cubs. That's the 8th no-hitter I've had the honor to call. But despite all of those games, and obviously I've seen some great pitching performances, the very best was your 20 strikeout game. Better than any of the no-hitters, fully respecting how special a no-hitter is, but your 20 strikeout game, Kerry, is still number one for me.
Well, Pat, that's an honor in itself for you to say that, because you've seen and called more games than any of us have seen combined. So that's saying something.
It is coming up on 7,000. Here's a swing and a ground ball to second base. Torres, a short throw to first, is in time. But do you ever get tired of talking about the 20 strikeout game?
No, my kids do. I try to bring it up weekly in the house. So my kids are tired.
How's that go over?
Yeah, about as well as you would think. No, it's great. It really is. Usually around May 1st or something, I start hearing about it or start hearing rumors about it, and it is really just amazing that one game has been able to live on that long, and just fortunate to be in part of that group as well. That's a small club there for guys that have done that too. So just blessed.
Yeah, you. So it's you, Roger.
Yep. Max.
Yeah.
Randy did it as well.
Yeah,
Randy's was a 10-inning game. For some reason, he's got an asterisk by his, but he punched out 20 in nine innings, but the game went extras.
20's 20.
Max
Anyways,
by the way, I think Randy, after doing some research, Randy struck out his 20th. He was 7 2/3 through the game, and he had 20. So his last 4 he had a chance to go well over 20.
What do you remember about that game in particular? Because you had just gotten to the big leagues.
Swanson drives one in the air, right field, deep but playable for Soto on the warning track, and that's going to be out number 2.
Yeah, so for me, I was still trying to get my feet wet, feel like I belonged, and didn't feel like I belonged. I had a couple of rough ones. Had a decent one the game before, and just knew I was back at Wrigley. I already felt comfortable. It was my second or third start at Wrigley, and I already knew that I felt comfortable here. And I remember warming up for the game thinking, I don't know much about this lineup. Everybody talks about the Houston lineup, and then I didn't throw one strike warming up, and I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm not going to get out of the first inning. And, then you kind of clear it, and you go out and start the game, the hitter gets in the box, and everything changes.
I love the first pitch of the game. It actually hit the umpire, Jerry Meals, in the mask.
Yeah.
The first pitch of the game, Ron, I thought, now, wait, a cross-up? How can you be crossed up on the first pitch of the game?
Jerry's awake now.
Yeah.
Sandy
I'm glad you enjoyed that, Pat, because Jerry didn't and I did not.
No, I'm sure Jerry didn't know.
I hadn't thrown a strike yet in the pen, and then I hit him in the face in the first pitch. I was like, this is not going to go well.
Okay, rookie, better throw it down the middle now.
Sandy Martinez was your catcher that day. I made a point the next day. I said, Sandy, what happened on that first pitch? You couldn't have been crossed up on the first pitch of the game. He said, I just couldn't get my glove up fast enough.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And Biggio did that little fake bunt kind of thing.
Right.
I think he pulled the bat back a little bit. It might have blocked him, but I was throwing hard for sure, but I didn't have any idea where it was going yet.
How about the media after the game, Kerry? Because I made a point to go down to the clubhouse. I'm sure you would not remember this. And you looked kind of stunned. You were obviously happy and exhilarated because the Cubs won the game, and you knew you had pitched well, but it looked like it hadn't quite sunk in yet to you.
Yeah, and again, you finished the game, and that was my first complete game ever. So I'm walking off the mound after, and then the adrenaline's pumping. It was a 2-0 game. It was 1-0 going into the bottom of the 8th. So close game all day, and then we get taken off the field, and next thing you know, I got cameras and microphones in my face.
Pete Crow Armstrong strikes out. Can you stay for another half inning?
Yeah,
Very good. Cubs do nothing. We go to the third. Yanks 1, Cubs nothing. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Shop savings as far as the aisle can see at your new Amazon Fresh grocery store, now open in Tinley Park. Amazon Fresh is your destination for low prices. Whether you're picking up this week's grocery haul or today's hot lunch, head to amazon.com/grocery store opening for info on upcoming store events, this week's deals, and more. Stop by your new Amazon Fresh grocery store, now open in Tinley Park on South Harlem Avenue.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
La 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 la. La, 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 la. Oops.
Ever had your singing lessons cut short by icy water?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Say goodbye to those cold notes with Navien tankless water heaters. With Navien, you'll hit all the right notes without the surprise chill. So keep singing and let Navien keep the hot water flowing. And get ready for the encore when you get your utility bill.
La, 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 la.
Navien tankless water heaters. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
Gleyber Torres leads off the Yankee third. New York leading 1-0. Just going to visit with the great Kerry Wood for another few moments. I wanted to bring up Ron Santo because he was sitting right where you are right now, Ron Coomer, when Kerry struck out 20. And I love the atmosphere. It was not a sellout crowd that day. Right. 18, maybe 20,000 tops. But at the end of the game, the drama was so intense. I said, this almost feels like a World Series game. And Ron said, if this kid keeps pitching like this, we're going to be in a World Series.
Yep.
And he absolutely loved watching you pitch. And I know you guys were good friends. I wish he could be alive for this weekend for you, Kerry.
I tell you what, I hear that replay of his call, and you guys on the radio when I do hear it, and just listen to how excited he got, and on a no-nothing game in the first part of May. Crappy weather, and he was just fired up. His voice is all cracking while he's, making the call. And so he was so special to me in my career. He was such a mentor. I got to have breakfast with him just about every morning. I would walk in the clubhouse and he would already be in the kitchen. And we had a sign above the kitchen that said no media allowed. Well, Ronnie was always in there getting coffee and sitting down already. So I'd walk in and say good morning to everybody, grab my coffee, and turn to him just about every morning.
Fly ball off the bat of Soto into right center, playable for Crow Armstrong, right alongside Bellinger. Pete makes the catch, and that's out number 2. Go ahead, Kerry.
Just about every morning I'd walk in, grab a coffee, say good morning to everybody, and then turn to him and say, Ronnie, no media in the kitchen. He would, I can't repeat what he would say back to me every morning, but that's the PG version. Yeah, so that's how we started our day off. So Ronnie was a special one, as we all know, and just a legend in his own right, and just a Cub forever. And he was such a mentor to have around.
Judge drives one in the air, left field, shallow, playable for Happ, makes the catch. Kerry, thank you so much. Congratulations. Enjoy this special weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Congrats, Woody.
I appreciate it.
Way to go. Yep.
1, 2, 3. Good inning for Assad at the end of 2.5. Yanks 1, Cubs nothing. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans. It's Pete Crow Armstrong. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
See Broadway's spellbinding spectacular in Chicago. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Join the next adventure as Harry and his son set off on a mind-blowing race through time. Brought to life before your eyes and beyond your imagination. It's time to believe in magic at Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. September 10th through February 1st at the James M. Niederlander Theater. Get tickets at BroadwayInChicago.com.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo. your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Now, Two Pigeons and Coach Prime bemoaning the fact you can stream DirecTV satellite-free.
Look at these humans watching pro football on DirecTV without a satellite dish.
I've been watching them watch football for so long, I feel like I could coach like you, Coach Prime.
Coaching ain't as easy as finding your games on DirecTV. How you gonna beat a corner blitz on 3rd and long?
I'd probably just fly over it.
Actually, that's pretty good.
Stream football without a satellite dish. Visit DirecTV.com.
You hear that, America? The mountain is calling. Calling you on this perfect Saturday afternoon with a very important message.
Get off your ass.
So grab an ice cold Mountain Dew, some friends, and do something you'll enjoy even more than the music you're listening to. The mountain is calling. Answer. Do the do.
Patrick Wisdom is on deck. Who's on deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at ondeck.com. Pat?
Zach, we go to the bottom of the third. Yankees lead 1-0. Patrick Wisdom leading it off. Christian Bethancourt to follow, and then Ian Happ against right-hander Clark Schmidt. First pitch in there for a strike to Wisdom, who did not play yesterday. Patrick batting 8th and playing third base. He has not been playing regularly, so you know, Ron, he wants to have a big day today.
Yeah, absolutely. See if Wisdom can really dial into right center field with the cutter, sweeping, breaking ball of Schmidt. Yeah, ball carrying to right center today.
And the 0-2 to Wisdom. Fastball is away for a ball. 1-2.
Double plays today turned by the Cubs. They're sponsored by Nissan. They make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today at Nissan.
And the 1-2, little tapper back toward the mound, fielded by Schmidt. Lobs it over to Rizzo, and that's out number 1. Let's pause 10 seconds right here for stations to identify themselves. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to the Cubs game in FM quality at 104.3 HD2 FM on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. We are WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Yankees lead 1-0. Christian Bethancourt takes outside for a ball. Cubs have not had a hit so far today. They were limited to just one hit all day yesterday. Bethancourt waiting. The right-handed batter bluffing a bunt, takes a strike, and the count now 1-1.
Bethancourt showed bunt 2 pitches in a row. And Chisholm, the third baseman, who's really a middle guy, middle second baseman mainly, he's not buying it. He stays back as Bethancourt fouls that one off.
Swinging a foul back, as Ron said, 1-2.
For the big guys, when they were hitting and they'd show bunt and I was playing third, I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I ain't moving. I'm staying right back here where I belong, and you go right ahead.
Here comes the 1-2. Wrapped on the ground to the hole at short, fielded by Volpe. He'll throw to first in time. Ron, in your long career, both major leagues and minor leagues, who hit the ball the hardest to you and really made it difficult to glove some of those hot smashes?
Well, I've had a couple balls hit to me. I'll tell you one. Here is a Cub right here. I was playing third base. We were playing down the stretch, and we were playing Houston, and we were in the pennant race, and at first and second, nobody out, and BGO had started showing bunt. Well, we're in the bunt plays, and I'm way in on the grass. And the next pitch, he shows bunt the first pitch, doesn't bunt, it's a ball. He swings the next pitch, and I'm, in my stance to feel the ball as the ball gets to the hitting zone. And I'm really low, knowing that this guy, as strong as Beige was, he hit a ball at me at first base that hit the ground.
There's a base hit into right center by Ian Happ. Cubs get their first hit of the day. It's a 2-out single here in the third. Cubs trail 1-0, and the batter, Michael Busch.
I was reaching to my right. It was going to be a backhand play, and it was a line drive to my right foot, just off to my right foot. And I did not get the glove down. And as I'm looking down to try to catch it, all I see is the divot in the grass, and the ball was past me. If it would have hit me, it hit me in the shin. I was, 50 feet away. I could not get the glove to the ball fast enough.
It's a little frightening.
Oh, yeah. That didn't set well.
Smacked on the ground by Busch. The shortstop, Volpe, behind the bag at second, makes the play and throws to first to end the inning. Cubs don't score, leave 1 after 3. Yankees 1, Cubs nothing. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Ian Happ here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
You're in hot water, mister.
What'd I do?
I told you months ago our utility bills were getting higher because of that old outdated tank water heater.
Maybe it's time we finally switch to a Navien tankless.
Learn about Navien's high-efficiency tankless water heaters, endless hot water, all while helping you save on your energy costs.
Hey, look at this. Our utility bill is lower since we got the Navien tankless water heater.
Who's in hot water now?
We are, all the time.
Learn more at tanklessmadesimple.com.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Time for the out-of-town scoreboard, fueled by Citgo Dry Clean Gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. In Game 1 of a doubleheader in Pittsburgh, the Nationals lead the Pirates 4-0, top of the 6th inning. Washington pitcher DJ Hers, the former Cub farmhand, has not allowed a hit over the first 5 innings for the Nationals. Pat?
Okay, Zach. We are in the 4th inning here at Wrigley. Bright, sunny, breezy, a little on the cool side. 63 at game time. Not a bad late summer day. Here's a line drive, base hit to right by Austin Wells. Wells, the leadoff single. He drove in the game's only run with a first inning ground out. And now he starts the 4th inning with a solid base hit to right, and the batter, Giancarlo Stanton.
Now Wells right on that two-seam fastball inside and a bullet to right. 4th inning sponsored by Wintrust, the exclusive home of Cubs checking.
Stanton will take outside for a ball. We gave you the uniform descriptions earlier, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Transform your clubhouse into a Cubs house with Cubbies Blue, Wrigley Field Green, or Marquee Red. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Pop up over near the Cubs dugout and caught by the catcher Bethancourt. That's going to be the first out as Stanton fouls out to the Cubs catcher and the batter Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Good little inside pitch from Assad that really tied up Stanton. A big, strong guy, but got it in on him, popped it up.
One away and a man at first. Chisholm, left-handed batter. He's always had some power. 22 home runs this season. They've got him playing third base. Chisholm fly to the warning track in left his first time. Swings and misses. The count 0-2. Maybe the best fastball that Assad has cut loose so far today.
Bet the 3rd inning. Was sponsored by Grainger, official partner in the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Great to have Southwest Airlines with us this season. Here's a fly ball to left. Happ is there, backing up, making the play. Out number 2. Second innings was sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Remember, on Southwest, 2 bags fly free. And here's Anthony Rizzo stepping in.
Big weekend here for Anthony coming back. Very nice video tribute yesterday by the Cubs.
Rizzo reached on an error his first time. Takes outside for a ball.
Listening, reading about Anthony's comments about coming back yesterday. First comment was nice to see the ivy and how green it was.
He talked about the atmosphere in the ballpark being unmatched. And there is a pitch low and away, 2-0. Now, Ron, you played many games here in the 2001 season, a full year. You also played here as a visiting ball player a few times. As Rizzo will take a strike. So you have a good feel for the atmosphere at Wrigley as a ball player.
Absolutely incredible. There is no doubt. There's something about coming here to play at Wrigley, the history of our ballpark, the look of the ballpark, it being in a neighborhood.
Ground ball to second, fielded by Horner. Lob toss to first in time, retires Rizzo. The Yankees don't score. Leave 1, middle of the 4th inning. Yankees 1, Cubs nothing. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer are Chicago's sound of summer on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network. Now, 2 Pigeons and Coach Prime bemoaning the fact you can stream DirecTV satellite free.
These humans get the biggest college football games on DirecTV, and we don't even get a satellite dish.
Enough squawking.
It's Coach Prime.
Bring it in. Sure, they can get all that college football without a dish, but you still got your passion, your drive, your resolve, your
incredible career as a football icon.
No, that's me.
Stream the biggest college football games. No satellite dish. Visit DirecTV.com.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's majestic golden eagles and other less majestic birds taunting you through the baseball-sized hole in your new windows. It's soaring guitar solos performed through faulty wiring in your garage, which subsequently erupts into flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Wow, honey, have you seen the electric bill?
Yeah, it's out of control. But have you heard of Navien tankless water heaters?
Tankless? How does that even work?
Well, instead of constantly heating and storing water, it only heats water when we need it. So much more efficient than our giant tank heater.
That sounds great. Let's look into Navien.
Already on it.
Imagine all the hot water you need only when you need it. Bulky tanks are history. Navien high-efficiency tankless is the future. Compact, wall-hung units free up floor space, lower energy bills, longer life than tanks, and a 15-year warranty. Find out more at tanklessmadesimple.com.
League Leaders are sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. Bobby Witt Jr. of the Royals, the major league leader in batting average, hitting .337. Aaron Judge leading in just about everything else. 51 home runs, 125 RBIs. He leads in on-base percentage, slugging, and OPS. Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds, the stolen base king right now with 62.
Very good, Zach. Special weekend for Kerry Wood and his family, Aramis Ramirez and his family. Both Kerry and Aramis will be inducted into the Cubs Hall of Fame. Seiya Suzuki leads off the 4th inning. Cody Bellinger and Nico Horner to follow. Cubs 5 games behind both Atlanta and the New York Mets. I was reading about those 2 teams, Ron. I'm going to run a few notes by you.
Okay.
Very, very impressive. Pitch on the way to Seiya. It's down low for a ball. The Atlanta Braves beat Toronto last night 3-1. Max Fried pitched well. In the last 25 games now, 25 straight games for Atlanta, Their pitchers have allowed 3 runs or fewer. 25 straight games. You don't think of Atlanta having great pitching, but lately they sure have had it.
Yep. Well, Atlanta's getting healthy, right? They're getting their guys back. Everybody's back.
Seiya hits a high fly ball to center. Judge, the big center fielder, comes in and makes the catch. And that's out number 1. Yankees lead 1-0.
That's some stat, though.
But the 25 straight, it's the longest such streak in Major League Baseball this season, and it's the longest in Braves franchise history. And that goes all the way back to when they were the Boston Braves over 100 years ago. So that is quite an amazing string. And I was reading about the New York Mets as well. The Mets have won 8 consecutive games, which is noteworthy in itself. They had an extra inning win over the Reds last night. Mark Vientos with a game-winning 2-run homer in the 10th inning. But here's the note on the Mets that I found stunning. Line drive by Bellinger into center field, a base hit. It's a 1-out single for Cody. Cubs trail by a run in the 4th, and the batter Nico Horner. The New York Mets have won 8 in a row. Ron, they haven't trailed in 63 innings.
Wow.
Haven't trailed. And they are tied with Atlanta for that 3rd wild card spot. That's amazing.
That really is. You think about that. Both of those numbers.
Yeah.
You know, to have that kind of, you know, and as Cub fans, you realize that the Cubs had won 4 series in a row and didn't gain a half a game on either ball club.
Nico Horner will take outside.
It was till the Cubs went on that 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 11 stretch that they climbed within 3 and now have had a couple, you know, games where they've fallen back a game or 2. But you win 4 series in a row and don't gain a half a game.
Nico Horner hits a big chopper to third, fielded by Chisholm, goes to second, 1, and that's all. The throw to first not nearly in time. Horner might be thinking about stealing a bag right about now. What do you think?
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. Nico with great speed, great ability to steal bags.
Cubs heart of the lineup batting in this inning. And the heart of the lineup is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Book a low fare today at southwest.com. Swanson flying to right his first time.
Great to have Carrie from Southwest and all of her family here at the ballpark today, enjoying what's turning out to be a beautiful day here at Wrigley.
Horner takes off early, and the throw to first is not in time. Nico left too soon with the pitcher still in the stretch. And Nico then about 30 feet out from first jammed on the brakes and scampered back as Schmidt stepped off the back of the rubber and tried to make a throw over, but it was too late.
But it's close, and that is a bad feeling when you start taking off, pitcher's still in the set and he hasn't thrown, and you take another step and he still hasn't thrown home, and you're like, uh-oh. I'm in that no man's land now. Nico got back, though.
Dansby Swanson swings and misses. One final note on that Mets game last night. The closer brothers both pitched. Edwin Diaz is the Mets closer, and Alexis Diaz is the Reds closer. Alexis is the younger brother of Edwin. Horner runs, big jump, throw to second base, and he's out. Wow, he had a big jump, but Wells still cut him down. 2-4 on the caught stealing. Zach Zaidman joins Ron Coomer in a moment. We've played 4. Yankees 1, Cubs nothing. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Catch every moment of every game all season long on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Hey, Tinley Park, looking for low prices on grocery favorites? Find them at your new Amazon Fresh grocery store. Save big with new deals updated every week in our circular. Visit your new Amazon Fresh grocery store, now open on South Harlem Avenue.
When I tried ordering everything online, my home renovation project fell apart. Thankfully, I found Studio 41. They guided me through the selection process and made sure I had what I needed for every step of the project. Visit shopstudio41.com for a location near you.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Now, two pigeons and Coach Prime bemoaning the fact you can stream DirecTV satellite-free.
Look at these humans watching pro football on DirecTV without a satellite dish.
I've been watching them watch football for so long, I feel like I could coach like you, Coach Prime.
Coaching ain't as easy as finding your games on DirecTV. How you gonna beat a corner blitz on 3rd and long?
I'd probably just fly over it.
Actually, that's pretty good.
Stream football without a satellite dish. Visit DirecTV.com.
Top of the 5th inning here at Wrigley Field. The Yankees with a 1-0 lead over the Cubs. Anthony Volpe will lead things off for the Bronx Bombers against right-hander Javier Asada. Righty-righty matchup and the pitch. Volpe looks at a ball outside, 1-0 the count. The Yankees run coming on an Austin Wells ground out in the first. 1-0 New York. Here's the pitch. Volpe takes a strike, 1-1 the count. A changeup from Assad. You got to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. The 1-1 is hit high in the air, right center field. Bellinger underneath it and makes the catch. 1 away. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. And I asked Pat after the end of the 4th inning what was his guess in the attendance game. You know, he is the Hall of Famer. He gets to go first. Pat guessing 40,004. So 40004. As Alex Verdugo stands in, left-handed batter, the pitch is low. 1-0 the count. Assad missing with a breaking ball.
I will say 41,000 on the button.
Verdugo looks at ball 2 with 1 down here in the top half of the 5th inning. I'm going to go 40,500 as Assad rocks back and deals. Verdugo looks at a ball high and outside. It's now 3-0. And our engineer, Ian Kuhn, going with 40,341. So the guesses are in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Good luck, men. Ball 4 low to Verdugo. A 4-pitch walk to the number 9 hitter in the Yankees order. So Verdugo at first with 1 away here in the top half of the 5th inning, and it'll bring up Gleyber Torres.
So I've made a couple pitches close, and that last one well up out of the zone for ball 4. A little frustrated with himself that he lost that last pitch.
Bush holding on Verdugo at first. The pitch to Torres, an awkward swing and a miss at a sinking fastball. 0-1. Bernstein and Holmes talk Cubs baseball on Chicago sports every weekday from 10 to 2 on 670 The Score and the Odyssey app. Now the 0-1. Torres lines one down the right field line. This will drop in foul. We are blocked from seeing the corner in right field because the grandstand rises. So you have to wait for the umpire to make the call.
Usually, if the ball goes down that line, if it comes kicking back out, foul because it hit the sidewall. There is no room. We're talking on inches between the line and the brick wall. And that ball hit the brick wall, the side wall, and shot back past Belly. Pretty close, though.
So now the count 0-2. Wind blowing from left to right. Assad deals low. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Verdugo at first, 1 down. Top 5, 1-2 the count on the batter, Torres. Open stance from the right side, hits out of a crouch. Assad steps off the rubber and just stares at first. Now Assad on the first base side of the rubber. Puts the ball in the glove and deals. And a pop fly. Center field. Crow Armstrong's fighting the sun, but makes the catch for out number 2. Racing back and out at first base is Verdugo. As Crow Armstrong fired a strike to first. Let's see if the Yankees challenge this play. Aaron Boone saying, hold on. And the Yankees are saying they want to challenge this.
They're going to challenge the play at first, but so whether or not, this gets overturned or not, this is a major mistake by Verdugo. Even making this play that close it's a bang play at first base. We have not seen a review yet, but you cannot make an out on the bases on a play like that or a routine fly ball to center with Soto and Judge coming up. You can't even make this play close. And it was obviously close enough for you to get called out. So we will see if the call stands or if they will change it by review.
They're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
We have not seen a good look. I think he's going to be safe at first base, actually. I don't know. That's really close.
Yeah, I don't know if there's enough to overturn.
It's close at first base. It really is. The camera shot from a distance is not the best one, and the one that's a close-up does not have the ball and glove in the camera shot.
Yeah, it's one of those where if the call had been safe at first, then they probably wouldn't have been able to change that either.
Yeah, it very well could be one of those where you got to go with call on the field. There's Mark Carlson.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. New York will retain their count.
Very close at first base. And that was almost a really bad mental error by the Yankees and Verdugo, but he got away with it. And that's if you're a Yankee, that's the main thing. But great play by Pete Crow Armstrong. He threw a bullet from center field. I mean, Verdugo's way out there. I mean, he's almost to second base. I just really don't know where he was going.
So 2 away, Verdugo at first. The batter is the dangerous Juan Soto. And the pitch, low and inside by Assad, 1-0.
The thing that you never want to do when you have star hitters in your lineup that can change the game with one swing is make outs on the bases in front of them. You want them to get as many at-bats as you can with runners on base.
Soto on the afternoon is 0 for 1 with a walk. Flied out to center. He's hitting at .294 on the year with 38 home runs and 98 RBIs. Assad takes a peek at first. That's for Verdugo is. And now the 1-0 delivery. Called strike to Soto on the outside corner, 1-1. I just can't believe Verdugo was all the way at second base on that fly ball. Crow Armstrong. Righty-lefty matchup. Assad works his motion. High and outside, 2 balls and a strike to count on Soto.
Big pitch here now, 2-1, 2 outs. Got to make a good pitch. Wind blowing in from left, but it's going to help a ball to straight right or towards the right field corner. You got to make sure you make Soto keep this ball to the middle of the diamond if you can.
The pitch. That's in the dirt. Blocked by Betancourt. It rolls off to his left, but not far enough for Verdugo to advance the count 3-1.
Betancourt, after blocking that ball, Verdugo got out there a long way and then just kind of walked back. He's already pushing his luck. He's almost, you think you'd learn your lesson already. As Betancourt cocked his arm back, and Betancourt's not a guy to mess with either. He's got a great throwing arm.
3-1 the count on Soto. Aaron Judge on deck. Verdugo at first. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike. Sinking fastball at 92 miles per hour. Full count.
Yeah, nasty two-seamer there. Soto hasn't seen that one yet today. That's that front hip sinker. Starts out inside and darts over the inside corner. Soto didn't want any part of it. He thought it was going to be well inside. That ball had a lot of the plate.
So Soto digs in. A full count. Verdugo at first. 2 away. Assad's ready. Kick and pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As Assad gets Soto with the sinking fastball. And Verdugo stranded at first. Middle 5. It's the Yankees with a 1-0 lead over the Cubs. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Justin Steele here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's majestic golden eagles and other less majestic birds taunting you through the baseball-sized hole in your new windows. It's soaring guitar solos performed through faulty wiring in your garage, which subsequently erupts into flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
See Broadway's spellbinding spectacular in Chicago. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Join the next adventure as Harry and his son set off on a mind-blowing race through time. Brought to life before your eyes and beyond your imagination. It's time to believe in magic at Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. September 10th through February 1st at the James M. Niederlander Theater. Get tickets at BroadwayInChicago.com.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
The 50-50 raffle is having a guaranteed jackpot of $50,000. Fans in Illinois can purchase tickets starting at 10 a.m. through the end of Sunday's game at Cubs.com/raffle or from a Wrigley Field raffle ambassador through the 8th inning of tomorrow's game. Dansby Swanson looks at a ball inside from Clark Schmidt. 1-0 the count. Yankees with a 1-0 lead. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Cubs with 2 hits. Singles by Ian Happ and Cody Bellinger. Swanson waits. The 1-0 from the right-hander Schmidt is inside. 2-0.
Yeah, both guys have done their job so far. Only giving up 2 hits. Cubs down 1-0 in the ball game. Both they're doing it a little different, but they're doing their job.
The pitch. Way outside. 3-0. Pitching conditions once again here at Wrigley Field. Just like yesterday, the wind blowing from left to right. A little bit of a cooler day. Temperature in the low 60s at first pitch. The 3-0 is in there for strike. 3-1 the count. The Yankees do have some activity in their bullpen. Left-hander Nestor Cortez has started warming up. Schmidt works his motion. Here's the 3-1. Swanson swings and misses at a cutter. 3-2. This is Schmidt's first outing in the major leagues since late May. He's back from a lat sprain. Had 3 rehab starts before being activated for this ball game.
His pitch count's in great shape. He's only at 64 pitches here in the 5th inning, so he has been pretty economical with his pitches. He's been on the attack all game long.
A payoff pitch. Swanson hits a pop fly. Left center field. Judge under it, fighting the sun, knees buckling, but he makes the catch for out number 1.
Now, you were asking me in between innings whether Pete Armstrong was having trouble with that fly ball in center that he almost doubled Verdugo off first base, or was he deking him? I think you just got your answer there, Aaron Judge, coming in on that fly ball, just a routine high fly ball. I think all the outfielders between the sun and the wind blowing, they're having their issues today.
Pete Crow Armstrong lines one in the right for a base hit. Big turn at first. And now the ball thrown by the right fielder Soto behind him to Rizzo at first, but Pete Crow Armstrong gets back. So PCA represents the tying run at first base with one away here in the last of the fifth. The Yankees with a 1-0 lead. Patrick Wisdom will stand in. But yeah, you're right. No one's pretending that the sun is an issue. It's a real deal out there for the fielders today. Schmidt works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. PCA goes. The pitch foul back off the screen by Wisdom. 0-1.
He with a huge jump at first. It's one of those things for Patrick. He hasn't been playing much, and he's getting in there, and he's almost having his at-bats like he's pinch hitting. You get a good pitch to hit right away, you want to be on the attack. The opposite of that, though, is trying to give PCA a chance, give Armstrong a chance to steal second base first and get in scoring position for you.
Well, Armstrong dancing off the back, doesn't go. The pitch taken for strike 0-2, a slider that spins into the zone. 1 on, 1 out for the Cubs here in the last of the fifth. The Yankees with a 1-0 lead. Wisdom at the plate with an 0-2 count. Powerful right-handed batter. Throw to first, diving back in safely, Crow Armstrong. Wisdom grounded out in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. A long set. Another throw to first. Diving back in ahead of the tag by Rizzo is Pete Crow Armstrong.
Very close play at first base. They're taking a look at this in the Yankee dugout. Tony says no. See, to me, I don't necessarily think Pete Crow Armstrong needs to do that bouncing around and trying to get that almost a running lead. He's so fast and he's so quick with his first step that if he just gets a good lead, holds his ground, and goes when he thinks he can go, I don't think he needs to. And there he did.
He goes. The pitch is up high. The throw to second is in time. What a throw by Austin Wells, the catcher. Tag applied by Torres, and Pete Crow Armstrong is erased from the bases.
Yeah, did not get a good jump at first base this time. Head first dive into second. This throw beats him by quite a bit. And it's not too often that you see Pete getting blown up at second base by a good step.
I mean, that's the first time this year where we've seen him thrown out trying to steal conventionally, right?
Yeah, that's right.
1-2 the count with Wisdom at the plate. 2 away here in the bottom of the fifth inning. The pitch. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Now, technically, Pete Crow Armstrong was caught stealing in a game earlier this year, but he was taking a lead off of third, right? At the time.
Well, it was a double steal type situation, and you get caught. He was the guy that was tagged out, so it ends up being caught stealing for him at third base.
Now the 1-2. That's up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Man, what a throw by Wells.
Wells has been impressive. He can swing the bat. He's hitting fourth in the lineup behind Judge, so they think a lot of his bat. And he's looked good throwing the baseball.
The 2-2. Wisdom fouls it away. Second deck off to the right. So we'll do it again.
When you look around the league, you realize how tough it is to find a two-way catcher that can do a little bit of both.
There's a new emphasis on catchers that can throw now with stealing going up. Here comes the 2-2. Foul back off the screen by Wisdom.
Patrick's been able to foul some of these pitches off. He's been, he hasn't been able to let that ball get to him and drive it the other way. Been out in front, but he's been able to flick at it and at least spoil the pitch. I'd love to see him just give up on the pull side and just go ahead and try to pound one to straight right.
Here's the 2-2. Low and outside. Wisdom works a full count.
Schmidt, a guy he does throw a two-seamer that runs into the righty, but then everything else that he throws goes away. He loves his cutter. That's really the pitch he throws the most in a ballgame.
Wisdom waits. Here comes the payoff pitch. And a pop fly hit to right, angling toward the line. Soto near the wall, and he dropped it. Can't make the play. Wisdom on his way to third base, and he slides in safely.
It's a ball going down the right field line, and Soto is saying the ball was interfered with. As the ball comes down to land, now Aaron Boone, the manager of the Yankees, he can't see it. The first base umpire, I don't know if he ever got down there enough to where he's seen it, and I don't think anybody interfered with this ball. I just think Soto lost track of it in the shadow going next to the wall, and Boone is going to go to the mound. But as I'm looking, nobody touches this baseball. This is just ball bounces. They're not going to review this. And it's going to be a triple for Patrick Wisdom.
And that'll be all for Schmidt. So, yeah, a triple for Patrick Wisdom. And that's a reminder that Scott Levy's Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin will donate to Northern Illinois Food Bank. Visit solvehunger.today.org. And that last play was a pop fly down the right field line. Soto was giving chase. We're blocked from being able to see exactly what happened, but on replay, it looked like he might have lost it in the sun or wind, and it dropped in front of him. He kind of turned his head. We'll recap when we come back as the Yankees are making a pitching change, and left-hander Nestor Cortez will come in. But the Cubs have the tying run at third base with 2 away here in the last of the 5th. And the Yankees with a 1-0 lead over the Cubs on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
At Hyundai, we make a big deal about the little things, like the little fact that 9 Hyundai vehicles have earned IIHS top safety picks this year, and offering a little thing called America's Best Warranty, because delivering safety and quality, pretty big deal. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
Right now, get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end September 30th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Step into the batter's box for BetMGM's Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Pick an area of the strike zone and take your best swing. Log into your BetMGM sports account, then visit your promotions section to access the free-to-play game. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Illinois only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary depending on market and expire 24 hours from issuance. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB2 53342 in partnership with Paradise Hotel Casino.
All opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Nestor Cortez coming in as a reliever. This is his 29th game. The first 28 all were starts for Cortez, but he comes out of the bullpen here for Clark Schmidt. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Yankees with a 1-0 lead over the Cubs. Patrick Wisdom at third base after tripling moments ago on a fly ball to right. Christian Bethancourt at the plate with 2 away. A lefty-righty matchup. Cortez, high leg kick and pitch, and Bethancourt fouls it back off the screen.
Now Cortez kind of getting 1-1A today, with Schmidt getting a start, but he hadn't pitched since May. But, in its defense, they got him ready as far as, pitch count getting up there enough. And Schmidt threw the ball well, so he stays in the game till the 5th. Now, Bethancourt has swung the bat exceptionally well for the Cubs since coming over to the Cubs. Boy, this would be a big swing of the bat for the Cubs if he can get a base hit.
He looks at a ball up high. The count 1-1. Wisdom at third, 2 away. Bethencourt waits, and the pitch. High and outside, 2-1. All Bethencourt has done in a Cubs uniform is deliver this season. Here's the 2-1. Bethencourt hits a pop-up. Foul territory near third. Chisholm under it, now being called off by the shortstop Volpe, and he makes the catch for out number 3, and Wisdom is stranded at third base. After 5, it's still a 1-0 lead for the Yankees. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's majestic golden eagles and other less majestic birds taunting you through the baseball-sized hole in your new windows. It's soaring guitar solos performed through faulty wiring in your garage, which subsequently erupts into flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hey, Tinley Park, your new Amazon Fresh grocery store is officially open, and we're celebrating with savings. Whether you're picking up this week's grocery haul or today's hot lunch, Amazon Fresh is your spot for savings. Head to amazon.com/grocery store opening to find weekly deals, info on upcoming events, and more. Pick up our circular in-store and find big deals updated every week. Visit your new Amazon Fresh grocery store, now open in Tinley Park on South Harlem Avenue.
When you're ready to trade up from ordinary to extraordinary and the time of your life, visit the Midwest's premier entertainment destination, Four Winds Casinos. Extraordinary food, shows, shopping, and fun at Four Winds Casinos. Visit fourwindscasinos.com and trade up from ordinary to extraordinary. Four Winds Casinos.
Today's Woodman's home run inning contestant is Alec Lasinski from Chicago, who will win the Woodman's gift card jackpot of $100. If a Northsider hits a home run this inning, you can enter with a QR code at any Chicago area Woodman's. Good luck, Alec. Today's Woodman's home run inning contestant, service and savings. That's Woodman's. Pat?
Javier Assad pitching well, but trailing 1-0. He goes to work here in the 6th inning on Aaron Judge. And the first pitch a little bit low and outside for ball 1. Judge has struck out and flied to left. The big man will take a strike. Judge, 51 home runs, 125 runs batted in, by far in each category, leading all other big leaguers.
And I think I subtracted 100 points from his average earlier in the game. He gained 100 points in the game. I think I said he was hitting 223 coming into the game, and 100 points is a lot in a batting average, Pat. I don't know if you're aware of that or not.
I'll bet you could lift yours 100 with a good doubleheader, maybe. Boy, 7 out of 8. That might.
Well, that would be good.
Might do the job.
I would have really liked that back in the day.
Judge takes just outside for ball 4. Of course, in amateur ball and minor league ball, you played quite a few doubleheaders.
Yeah.
Were they 7 innings in the minor leagues?
7 innings in the minor leagues, yeah. Same thing in in amateur ball.
Briefly in the big leagues, they had some 7-inning doubleheaders during the pandemic, 2020, and maybe the next year, maybe not. Austin Wells batting. Wells drove in the game's only run with a first-inning ground out. Labor Torres led off the game with an infield hit. Went to second on a base on balls, moved to third on a wild pitch, and scored on Wells' bouncer. And that's the only run of the game. Fastball away. Pitching has really dominated the first game and a half of this series. Yesterday, the Yankees winning 3-0. Cubs just having a hard time getting hits. Swing and a miss by Wells, and the count 1-2. Game's impossible to figure out sometimes, Ron. The Cubs scored so many runs in Pittsburgh and Washington on the last trip. And it gave everyone a high hope that they would come home and keep scoring a lot of runs, but it just has not happened that way. The 1-2 is a call. Strike 3 on the inside corner. Wells caught looking. One away, 1-0 New York. 6th inning, and the batter now Giancarlo Stanton.
Take another look at this two-seamer. Wells gives up on it early. It's a strike. Good call by Mark Carlson. And it's a pitch, though, that most hitters give up on. It starts out inside off the plate, and it's right at the top of the zone in that upper inside corner. And I'll say this, as a hitter, where the new strike zone is now as high as it is, that pitch, almost impossible to cover unless you're cheating on the pitch trying to hit it.
Here's Stanton now taking a strike. There's some pitches, Ron, and I think the one we just saw would be in this category. You're afraid if you hit it, you will not get good wood on it.
No, you're not going to. And unless you're cheating on a pitch in that zone, you're just not going to get the barrel to it.
Swing and a miss by the big man, Stanton. 0-2. So if you're going to swing and you know you're not going to get good wood, you just say, I'm not going to swing.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But it was a great pitch by Assad. Great movement on his two-seam fastball.
Stanton 0-2, takes outside.
And we were talking about this in the pregame, and you and I talking about it right at the beginning of the broadcast. The key to his success today was having command of that two-seamer, and that always is for him. And obviously he's got it today. The Yankees on 1 run on 2 hits. Here we're in the 6th.
Fastball just missed. Boy, that didn't miss by much. Sometimes you almost sense that an umpire is taking a real long look, and nope, can't call it a strike.
Yeah, that last pitch, very similar to the pitch that Wells got called out on.
1-0 Yanks, 6th inning. Fly ball deep right center, well hit. Back toward the wall is Bellinger at the track. Makes the catch up against the wall. Judge has to hustle back to first. That ball was hit very hard. Bellinger never took his eye on it, off of it, and he caught it while backpedaling into that ivy-covered brick wall near the 368 marker. Not a routine play.
Stanton, I'm 100% sure, thinks this is a home run. He hits this ball to right center, and he stands up at home plate, and he thinks this ball is out of here. And going into the wind just enough, held it in the ballpark. And a great play by Belly, not giving up on that ball too soon.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. will take a strike. I know I've talked about the exact instant at which a ball is hit regarding what the wind is doing. Because at Wrigley, it's almost always windy. Here's a bunt foul. I think on that last ball run, it was at one of those maybe periods of 3 or 4 seconds where the wind just calmed down maybe 5 or 10 miles an hour and then picked up again after the play.
Yeah.
I really believe that happens at Wrigley with all of the changing winds that we have.
Absolutely. The wind is an incredible part of how the game is played here. And that one, I know, and Stanton's one of the strongest guys in our game. There are years have gone by where he's hit the hardest balls of a season for years. Year after year after year he did that, and he smoked that one right center.
1-0 Yankees, 2 down top of the 6th inning. You hear weatherwomen reporting, and they'll say winds at 30 miles an hour, gusting up to 40 and 45. I think what I'm talking about is the gusting theory.
Yeah, I would agree. And I 100% agree with you on that last ball, too.
And the 1-2 tossed to first, and jumping back or diving back in is Aaron Judge.
You know who else will agree with you? That guy down in that Yankee dugout right now, smashing his bat in the tunnel.
Because I'm looking at the flags. They're blowing in that direction, or at least they were. Bouncer toward the middle. Diving backhand stop by Horner, but no play. Fabulous diving backhand stop by Horner. He looked at second. No play there. Judge was already to the bag. He looked at first. No play there, but a tremendous effort by Nico nonetheless.
The big key on this play is Nico knocking this ball down and keeping it in the infield. Because what it does is it keeps Judge at second base. The last thing you want is Judge to get to third, and then any kind of play around the plate and a run scores, the ball gets away. So keeping Judge at second is a big play, and that bring out Craig Counsell.
And it's a pitching change and a nice hand for Javier Assad. He pitched well today. He's pitched well in most of his starts all year long. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. James Hardy. Yankees lead 1-0, top of the sixth inning. 2 men on with 2 down when we come back on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Nico Horner here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Step up to the plate with Xfinity Internet. Get the fastest speeds and low-lag streaming for an incredible viewing experience that knocks it out of the park. And you'll have a consistent connection with reduced buffering and freezing, so you can stay in all the action inning after inning. When it's game time, make sure to catch it all with internet that's powerful and reliable. Stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity, because it's only live once. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed. Many factors affect speed. For factors affecting speed, visit xfinity.com/network management.
Ready to transform your space from drab to fab? Look no further than your neighborhood Benjamin Moore store. They're your partners in paint perfection, offering a kaleidoscope of quality colors and finishes from bold to subtle. Their paints are designed to impress and endure. Their expert team provides personalized guidance every step of the way, ensuring your project shines. Whether you're a pro or a DIY enthusiast, let Benjamin Moore bring your vision to life. Ignite your creativity today and visit benjaminmoore.com for a location near you.
1-0 Yankees here in the top half of the sixth inning. As we approach the top of the hour, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Your headquarters for Cubs Talk is the Mullen Haw Show, morning 5:30 to 10 on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Veteran left-hander Drew Smyly is the new man on the mound for the Cubs. Pat?
Anthony Rizzo will not lead off, but be the first man that Drew Smyly faces. Veteran against veteran, lefty against lefty. Chisholm, the runner at first. Judge down at second. The runners double steal, and the throw to third gets away, and a run is going to score. A surprise double steal on the very first pitch from Drew Smyly. The throw by Bethancourt low, and it's skipped on by Wisdom. It's a double steal, and then I think probably a throwing error to be charged to Bethancourt. But what a surprising bit of strategy that was by the Yanks.
Yeah, you get a left-hander on the mound, and the scouting report, I'm sure, is that Smyly is slow to the plate, so Judge takes off right away.
And it's 2-0 New York, and now Rizzo hits a high pop-up on the infield. Swanson and Horner behind second. Nico makes the catch. But the Yankees get an unearned run. And we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. New York 2, Cubs nothing. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for Cubs baseball all season long. The Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
See Broadway's spellbinding spectacular in Chicago. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Join Harry and his son on the next adventure, September 10th through February 1st at the James M. Niederlander Theater. Get tickets at BroadwayInChicago.com.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Now, Two Pigeons and Coach Prime bemoaning the fact you can stream DirecTV satellite-free.
These humans get the biggest college football games on DirecTV, and we don't even get a satellite dish.
Enough squawking.
It's Coach Prime.
Bring it in. Sure, they could get all that college football without a dish, but you still got your passion, your drive, your resolve, your
incredible career as a football icon?
No, that's me.
Stream the biggest college football games. No satellite dish. Visit directtv.com.
Ian Happ is on deck. Who's on deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at ondeck.com. Pat?
Ian Happ will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Chicago Cubs, facing Nestor Cortez. Cubs down by a pair now. Happ, Bush, and Suzuki in this Cubs 6th inning. Cubs now without a run. Shut down yesterday. And no runs through 5 today. So 14 innings without a run against the Yankees staff. Happ pokes it foul off to the right out of play, 1-2.
And you wonder sometimes, because the runs have been down in this ball game with the Yankees also. This wind gets in the guys' heads and they start changing their approach as a hitter. And, you're just not seeing a lot of hard hit balls in this game so far for either ball club.
There's a hard hit ball to center, but it's playable for Judge. And that's going to be out number 1. Ian Happ is retired.
Yeah, he gets that high fastball, inner half, and he hits that ball right on the line, but Judge started back and then just had to stop as that ball really didn't carry to the middle of the field at all.
Michael Bush checks in. Lefty against lefty. Bush hits a pop fly. This is going to be an easy play, or at least a pop fly that should be caught, and it is by Volpe, the shortstop. He was battling the sun, and that's out number 2.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like any of the balls hit to the middle or to the left side. Balls hit up in the air. I don't think any of them are routine today.
Let's see if Suzuki can get on, so the Bellinger would be the tying tally. Cortez fires ball 1 outside. Yankees lead 2-0. 2 down, bottom of the 6th. Backdoor bender missing, maybe a little bit high. Well, we have to name a catch of the game, which is sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Things aren't so hush-hush in Des Moines, where only the S's are silent. Discover the best of the Midwest at CatchDesMoines.com. Outside ball 3.
It certainly could be. How about the very first play of the game that Dansby made in the hole? It didn't produce an out, but that was about as dynamic a play as you're going to see.
It's outside ball 4. Let's go ahead and say that the play by Dansby that you mentioned is the catch of the game. Discover the best of the Midwest at CatchDesMoines.com. Ron and Zach and I are honored to be singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game today. I sure hope all of our rehearsing pays off.
So you must have got a call a lot earlier than I did.
We thought about rehearsing, sort of.
I was going to say, again.
Now, we're always happy to do that. And
I don't know how much rehearsing I could do that would help at all, period.
Well, we're both in that same boat. And so is Zach. Bellinger, the tying run, will take a strike.
Now, Ian, our engineer today, is, a sound guy and been in the music business and the rock and roll business for a long time. Good luck today, Ian, listening to us.
Ian says, could I please sing too? Sure you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to be the lead singer, in fact, it's A-OK with all of us. Swinging a foul down the first base line.
This won't be that harmony you're accustomed to with Dave Mack.
Mentioned that Ian Kuhn is the official engineer for the Dave Matthews Band. As Bellinger takes a fastball away, 1-2. But for years, Ron, they would come to me usually in about the third inning and say, Pat, can you sing today? I would say, well, sure, but who canceled out on you? That fills you with confidence. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way to Bellinger, and it's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Cubs don't score in the 6th inning. We go to the 7th. Yankees 2, Cubs nothing. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
If it happens in a Cubs game, it happens right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
When you're ready to trade up from ordinary to extraordinary and the time of your life, visit the Midwest premier entertainment destination, Four Winds Casinos. Extraordinary food, shows, shopping, and fun at Four Winds Casinos. Visit fourwindscasinos.com and trade up from ordinary to extraordinary. Four Winds Casinos.
Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard. Fueled by Citgo Dry Clean Gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. And on the out-of-town scoreboard, game one of a doubleheader in Pittsburgh. Bottom of the 9th inning, the Nationals with a 5-2 lead over the Pirates. And here at Wrigley Field, the top of the 7th is underway. Yankees with a 2-0 lead over the Cubs. Anthony Volpe looks at a ball from the veteran left-hander Drew Smiley. The next pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner, 1-1.
Now, if you're wondering, Pat did not leave the building like Elvis. He is just practicing alongside. He was getting some voice work with Ian Kuhn, our sound guy. But how'd it go, Patrick?
I'm all shook up.
Yep. Well, it's paying off. Way to go, Ian.
He's ready for the stretch.
Drew Smiley will deliver down low and inside to Anthony Volpe. You're going to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I think you can use the word singing. It's a very loose usage of the word.
If you've ever been to karaoke, you know they use that term loosely, yeah.
Karaoke. It's been a while, but yes, I used to do that.
Yeah.
Here comes the 2-2. Pulled on the ground foul toward third.
Boy, with the golden pipes I bet you were a big hit at the karaoke, weren't you?
I'll say yes. I have nothing
what would be
to
like
back
you
up.
now? Would Elvis song be your go-to or
Let's see. I'm trying to think. I would say something maybe from Bob Seger.
Bob Seger, okay.
Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan, possibly.
Okay.
Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, I'd be a Bruce. Yeah, for sure.
Glory Days.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
I would be just in the fact of knowing all the words, probably Springsteen, which it's very important when you're singing to know the words. That's important usually.
I would think that
Ian's
helps.
just looking at us like these two guys are out of their mind.
3-2 on Anthony Volpe. Nobody out, top of the 7th inning. Yankees lead 2-0. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Smiley strikes out Volpe. One away here in the 7th, and the batter is Alex Verdugo.
Nice pitch by Smiley. This is a fastball outside corner. Perfect pitch.
I knew we were missing something. The microphones have just been delivered.
Now you can't escape from it. Maybe you will get all shook up. I don't think so.
Well, I'm already there.
Oh, my.
Now the 1-0 to Verdugo, a swing and a miss. It's thinking about Harry Carey and Milo Hamilton. Back in the day, they were partners, and one day Harry said, "These fans, they come out just to hear me sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game." And Milo said, "Oh, really, Harry? Tomorrow's an off day. You come out and sing and see how many people show up." Here's the 2-1. I can just see Harry singing in an empty ballpark. Here's the ground ball to first. Good play by Bush from foul territory. He feeds Smiley on the bag. Nice execution, and that's out number 2.
Yeah, Michael Bush going in to the outfield grass and in the foul territory, and then throws a strike. And Drew Smiley running over and getting there in time. And as a lefty, it's always a little more difficult because you fall off to the third base side of the mound. And now, smart move by Patrick Wisdom. He went out to the mound just to give Smiley a little more time. That's always what you want to do, is try to give your pitcher a little time to catch his breath before he delivers the next pitch.
Harry Carey did give me some advice, though. He said, if you forget the words, just start waving the microphone and point them at the crowd.
Now, if Harry forgot the words singing it every day, that could be an issue.
Well, he was up there in age.
Yeah,
at
I
the
agree.
end.
Yeah, I would agree.
You know, you do forget certain things. I'm sorry, I forgot. What were we talking about just now? Here comes the 1-1 to Gleyber Torres, and he'll take outside. Yankees lead 2-0, seventh inning. New York with only 3 hits in the game. The Cubs have 4, but no runs. And the 2-1. Taken high for a ball. Zach Zaidman has come down, and he's going to be right in the middle.
He's pretty excited about this, I can see.
He'll get over it. Here comes the 3-1 pitch on the way from Smiley to Torres. And that's going to be ball 4 down low.
Torres walks in front of Soto and Judge. And now the big key is keeping the ball in the ballpark. And Tommy Hotovy, Cubs pitching coach, will head to the mound to talk to Drew Smiley.
Well, let me ask you this now. The change in weather, it always happens every September. You've had warm and hot days and nights all summer long, and now you get to, it's late summer, but it feels kind of like an early autumn day.
Yep.
A hitter has to make some adjustments. What types of things would you do to hit when it gets a little cooler?
On a day like today, my practice would be to, in batting practice, to keep the ball out of the air. You do not want to hit high fly balls. So you're going to work on keeping your hands above the ball and driving down through the ball. And the highest you want is the trajectory that you'd hit that line drive home run is the highest you'd want to hit a ball to any field. And then play the ball down from there. Because the higher you hit the ball, it's as we see. Stanton hit a ball to right center that he crushed, and he's 6'5", 240, and the ball didn't leave the ballpark. So you have to keep the ball out of the wind and keep it on the line.
Juan Soto has walked, flied to center, and struck out in this game. Soto takes ball 1 from Smiley. Torres at first, 2 down. Yankees on top, 2-0. And the 1-0 from Smiley. And that's going to be a good pitch in there for a strike. 1-1. Still waiting for the attendance figure, probably right around 40,000.
Yeah, you're close. We just got it in between innings. It was 40,080.
Wow.
40080.
The 1-1 check swing. That'll be a strike. And in addition to that, run some roof toppers across Waveland and Sheffield Avenues.
I got into the neighborhood this morning about 9:45 had some stuff to do around here. The neighborhood was packed at 10 o'clock this morning. Absolutely. Every place around the neighborhood in Wrigley just absolutely packed. This series always has a buzz, though, doesn't it? Since interleague play has started, it's just always had that great atmosphere.
Anytime you get the major markets playing against each other, L.A., New York, Chicago. Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball missed. He's not really challenging Soto with anything here, trying to nibble and get him to chase. He might have to throw a strike here or face Aaron Judge on deck with 2 men on base.
Tyson Miller warming up in the Cubs bullpen, a right-hander. And I would assume he would face Judge if it gets to that.
Yankees lead 2-0, top of the 7th inning. Bush now playing behind the runner, Torres. And the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back. He challenged him on that one. And this guy does generate some bat speed.
He really does. He's an elite hitter. I mean, in lefty, righty, really doesn't matter. He squares a fastball up. He can hit it with the best of them.
In the bright sunshine, Drew Smiley ready. And the 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Well, it's kind of like pick your poison. You're walking Soto, but that means now you have to face Aaron Judge, Ron, with 2 men on base.
Yeah, and Judge going to come to the plate, and that's going to bring out Craig Counsell. And Tyson Miller, the right-hander, has been warming up for this situation. I'm assuming he's going to come in.
Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Top of the 7th inning, Yankees lead 2-0. We'll be right back with more on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Jameson Tyone here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
All right, listen up, baseball fans. When your team is up to bat and the bases are loaded, step up to the plate with Xfinity Internet. It's got the fastest speeds and low-lag streaming, which means you'll enjoy an incredible viewing experience that knocks it out of the park. Plus, you'll get a consistent connection with reduced buffering and freezing, even when the whole team is online. So you can stay in all the action, inning after inning, all from the comfort of your living room. When it's game time, kick back and make sure to catch the biggest must-see moments with internet that's both powerful and reliable. Sounds like a win to me. Stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it's only live once. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed. Many factors affect speed. For factors affecting speed, visit Xfinity.com/network management.
Tyson Miller, you talk about a tall task, Ron. You come into the game, the first guy you're facing leads the big leagues in home runs and RBIs. And if that's not enough, he stands 6'7" and weighs 282 pounds. Go get him, kid.
Yeah, there you go. There's the ball. Yeah, Miller kind of gives you that three-quarter delivery, cross-firing. Yeah, and his task is to keep the Cubs here at 2-0 against Aaron Judge with 2 men on and 2 outs.
Torres, the runner, at second. Soto at first. Cubs still very much in the game, trailing only 2-0. And Miller ready to go to work. Aaron Judge will take a breaking ball outside. Ball 1. Same 2 teams tomorrow. The series finale, another 1:20 afternoon game. Garrett Cole against Jameson Tyone. Good matchup. The 1-0 fouled away.
Miller got away with one there. That was a breaking ball that ended up in the middle of the plate. Judge had a big swing. Fouled it straight back.
Slightly open stance. He hits out of a bit of a crouch. Holds the bat well out in front of him. Judge swings and fouls it back. And you get the feeling, at least I have, Ron, we only see him a few games every year, but he's always kind of under control when he's swinging.
Yeah.
He's not over swinging.
No, well, he's big enough to where he doesn't have to overswing, and what that does is he stays very balanced. His head stays still. That's why he's hitting 320.
Breaking ball just missed. 2-2. Infielders will try to knock down any sharp ground ball so that it does not make it into the outfield. Tyson Miller ready, and the 2-2 to Aaron Judge. A pickoff throw. It's only a bluff. He was going to throw to second base. I think the primary reason he did not throw it because nobody was covering the bag.
Yeah.
Nico was starting to get over there, but not close enough.
Torres would be traded tomorrow if he got picked off second with Judge at the plate.
Here's a deep drive to center. Going back is Crow Armstrong. On the warning track, makes the catch. And the inning is over. You can't hit a ball much harder. The Yankees do not score. They lead 2-0, and it's time for the 7th inning stretch.
Today's guest conductors for Take Me Out to the Ballgame. Chicago Cubs radio broadcasters Pat Hughes, Ron Coomer, and Zach Zabin.
All right. Nice and loud, especially you out in the bleachers.
We need some help, folks.
Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back for it's root for the if they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's score some runs.
Catch every moment of every game all season long on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbor's dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Hey, Tinley Park, your new Amazon Fresh grocery store is officially open. Pick up our circular in-store and find big deals updated every week. Visit your new Amazon Fresh grocery store, now open on South Harlem Avenue.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Nico Horner leading it off, pops one up over on the right side, and Anthony Rizzo ran over and made the catch right in front of the Yankees dugout. 1 down, bottom of the 7th. Dansby Swanson, the batter. The left-hander Nestor Cortez still pitching for New York. Misses outside, ball 1. Swanson has flied to right and flied to center. Here's a drive foul right side. Ron, I've come to the conclusion if a well-hit ball by Aaron Judge cannot leave the yard in dead center, I don't think it's possible.
And that's, I agree. That ball was well struck.
Check swing ground ball to Rizzo. He will backhand the ball to first in time. The pitcher a little bit late getting over. Swanson slid in head first, close play. But the umpire, Brian Walsh, ruling that Dansby was out on a bang-bang play at first. Good hustle by Swanson, though. You like to see that.
Yeah, this is a baseball play where everybody on the field does their job and is hustling the very best that they can. Cortez, the pitcher, is busting it over there. Dansby with a head-first dive into first. Riz with a good feed. That's a good baseball play. Unfortunately for the Cubs, it didn't pan out for them and Dansby to get on base.
Crow Armstrong, the batter. He will take a strike. Pete has struck out and singled. He was also caught stealing. Now, it's officially, it's the second time he's been caught stealing this year, but you might recall, Ron, the other time he was the runner at third on an aborted double steal attempt, and he ended up in a rundown, which technically is caught stealing, but it wasn't a conventional stolen base attempt.
Yeah, I would agree. Yep. And, you know, the thing about the last stolen base or attempt just in this game, Pete has been, you know, he's hopping up and down, trying to get that kind of semi-running lead.
He drives one in the air to center, but it's not going to carry. Judge coming in, and they'll make the catch, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 8th inning. Yankees 2, Cubs nothing. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
If it happens in a Cubs game, it happens right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network. Now, 2 Pigeons and Coach Prime bemoaning the fact you can stream DirecTV satellite free.
These humans get the biggest college football games on DirecTV, and we don't even get a satellite dish.
Enough squawking.
It's Coach Prime.
Bring it in. Sure, they can get all that college football without a dish, but you still got your passion, your drive, your resolve, your
incredible career as a football icon.
No, that's me.
Stream the biggest college football games. No satellite dish. Visit DirecTV.com.
Being able to share your passion with your son is magic.
Eyes on the ball.
Being able to see it live because you donated? That's Plasmagic. See how donating at Octapharma Plasma can make a difference in your life and the lives of others at Plasmagic.com.
Do you hear that? Didn't think so. That's the sound of your engine building up harmful deposits. And unfortunately, that starts the moment you drive it off the lot. But here's the good news. Valvoline has revolutionized a way to completely reverse them. Introducing Valvoline Restore and Protect. It's the first and only motor oil that restores pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of deposits. That's right, 100%. Restoring your pistons to factory clean. New Restore and Protect from Valvoline.
Are concerned about insurance coverage changes making you rethink your relapsing MS treatment? Consider an effective oral therapy that has a well-characterized safety profile, convenient dosing, patient support programs, and that doesn't weaken your immune system long-term while on treatment. Learn more at rethinkrms.com.
Top of the 8th inning here. Wrigley Cubs down 2-0. And this 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Patrick?
Austin Wells drove in the first run of the game with an infield bounce out. That was way back in the first inning. It drove in Gleyber Torres. Since then, he has singled and struck out. He had the big 2-run single in yesterday's game. Offense has been a scarcity, really, for both teams. The Yankees winning 3-0 yesterday, lead 2-0 today. And the wind is blowing in. The wind definitely has a factor, or is a factor, in the low scoring. But these aren't really brutally cold days at all.
No,
I mean, it's 63 degrees at game time. You can still hit in that weather.
Absolutely. Yep. It's been good pitching. There's been a few balls hit that could have left the yard, but did not because of the wind. But once again, you have to realize in days like this with the wind blowing in, you have to be 2 types of offensive players. And if you're not, you're going to really struggle. You have, when the wind's blowing out, you go ahead and lift and try to get the ball elevated and get it out of here.
Well, swings and misses. Pretty good fastball by Miller.
But when the wind is blowing in like this, you have to keep the ball out of the air. You've got to hit line drives, hit the ball on the ground. You've got to be able to run and situational hit if you're going to do any damage, in the run production side. And, it's a difficult time to hit here at Wrigley. There's no doubt.
Cubs now without a run in 16 innings in this series against New York. The 3-2 to Wells. He walked him. Lead off base on balls. 5 walks issued by Cubs pitching today. And the batter, Giancarlo Stanton. Let's see what happened on September the 7th down through the baseball years. Stanton has grounded out, fouled out, and flied to the warning track in right. Big breaking ball is in there for a strike. You'll remember this one, Ron. You might have been playing at that time or on your way to the big leagues. If not, 1993. Does the name Mark Whitten ring a bell?
Oh, yeah.
In the second game of a doubleheader at Cincinnati, Cardinal outfielder Mark Whitten hit 4 homers in one game to help tie 2 established RBI records. Do you realize he had 12 RBIs in the second game of that doubleheader? 12! Bounced to short, out number 1, and the throw to first is a double play. Stanton might be injured. He was not running very well up the first base line. And a beautiful double play turned by Swanson and Horner and Bush. I thought for sure it would be a closer play at first. How about you?
Yeah, I didn't think they'd had a chance of turning a double play. I was watching the ball go to short and then the pivot at second. And I looked at Stanton, and he was just kind of jogging, not really jogging, but not running real hard down the line. So there must be something wrong with him.
2 down, bases empty. 8th inning, Yankees lead 2-0. Here's Jazz Chisholm. Chisholm 1 for 3. Left-handed batter. And he'll take a strike, 1-1. Getting back to Mark Whitten. My goodness, 12 RBIs in the second game. That tied the single game mark set by a Jim Bottomley way back in 1924. And Whitten also had an RBI in the opener. So how about 13 RBIs for the Twin Bill? And that tied a record set by Nate Colbert of the Padres for 13 runs batted in a doubleheader. Think about that, Ron. One day you get 13 RBIs.
How do you think that steak tasted that night?
Delicious.
13 ribbies in one day.
And now the 1-2 to Jazz Chisholm, driven toward right center, playable for Bellinger or Crow Armstrong. Bellinger makes the catch, and the Yankees don't score. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. New York 2, Cubs nothing. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Cody Bellinger here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's majestic golden eagles and other less majestic birds taunting you through the baseball-sized hole in your new windows. It's soaring guitar solos performed through faulty wiring in your garage, which subsequently erupts into flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
See Broadway's spellbinding spectacular in Chicago. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Join Harry and his son on the next adventure, September 10th through February 1st at the James M. Niederlander Theater. Get tickets at BroadwayInChicago.com.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables in wash scent beads.
Come to Wrigley Field to cheer on your Cubs. Visit Cubs.com to purchase tickets. Pat?
Now, I know that the other day you were You were pretty impressed with my guess.
Extremely.
For the attendance game where I missed by 1.
It was yesterday, wasn't it?
It could have been. That very well could have been.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah,
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Wisdom. Line foul down the left field line, out of play.
Well, it's extremely important, and yeah.
Sounds like it.
But now today, I just got the attendance. The attendance was 40,080, and your guess was 40,004. And now you had me sign it and put it on my door at the house, is what you said.
Just a recommendation from a friend.
Well,
that's all it was.
I really think, at the Hughes estate, you should sign this and put this on the door.
If I had an estate, I might. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Patrick Wisdom, leading off the bottom of the 8th
You're
inning.
in so many Hall of Fames now. I'm sure you have an estate.
Did you say the State Hall of Fame
You're
of Illinois?
Well, you're in all of them. I know that. I'm in some of them, but I know you're in all of them.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Wisdom.
On behalf of all of us here in the booth, I would like to hand you this card that this came on.
You're being very formal.
Well, it's a big deal.
I don't know how to act around formal people. I'm sorry.
Me neither. That's why I gave it to you.
2-2 on Wisdom. Let's see if he can start a rally here in the 8th inning. And the 2-2 from Nestor Cortez outside.
Now, you were singing All Shook Up earlier. Which was more, the singing of the 7th inning stretch gotcha or the attendance game thing?
It's now or never.
The attendance game.
And the 3-2 swing and a miss, strike 3, and Wisdom is out number 1 in this 8th inning.
A pretty good change up there to Patrick. That's Cortez. He gives you a lot of body, a lot of stuff going on in his windup, but he just made a really nice pitch to Wisdom for the strikeout.
Ron, the only time in these 2 games, that's 17 different innings, and now here's a bunt foul by Bethencourt up along first. The only time a Cub leadoff batter in any inning reached base was Ian Happ today when he walked in the very first inning. Otherwise, the leadoff batter has been retired in every single inning by Yankee pitching against the Cubs. And it's hard to get rallies going with that.
It really is.
Here's the 0-1 now to Bethencourt. He'll take outside for a ball, 1-1. Very, very frustrating. The 1-1 swing and a miss when your team has a chance. And that chance is growing slimmer and slimmer by the day. We're getting to the point where for the Cubs, for the time being at least, Ron, every single game is becoming, I would say, a must-win.
Yeah.
Until further notice, every game is a must-win. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's out number 2.
Yeah, you're five now, right? 5 games back in the wild card behind 2 teams that are tied, the Mets and Atlanta.
And they're red hot, too.
Yeah, they are, absolutely.
And here's Ian Happ taking a strike, 0-1.
Well, you knew this stretch. So the stretch before this, the Cubs had a very advantageous schedule to try to make up some ground. This stretch here, this week, with the Yankees and Dodgers in 6 games is going to be tough.
Happ swings and misses, 0-2. 2-0 Yankees, bottom of the 8th inning, 2 down, nobody on. The pitch by Cortez rolled out towards second base, charging, picking, lobbing to first. Torres, inning over. Score at 4-3. Cubs go 1-2-3. It's on to the 9th inning. Yankees 2, Cubs 0. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Anything can happen anytime in any game right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Now, Two Pigeons and Coach Prime bemoaning the fact you can stream DirecTV satellite-free.
Look at these humans watching pro football on DirecTV without a satellite dish.
I've been watching them watch football for so long, I feel like I could coach like you, Coach Prime.
Coaching ain't as easy as finding your games on DirecTV. How you gonna beat a corner blitz on 3rd and long?
I'd probably just fly over it.
Actually, that's pretty good.
Stream football without a satellite dish. Visit DirecTV.com.
A big thank you to Stella Blue Coffee and Barstool Big Cat for being the official coffee sponsor of Cubs Radio and providing us with a great assortment of coffee. We had some Electric Avenue before the start of the ball game. It powered us through the stretch. With each purchase of Stella Blue Coffee, proceeds go to Paws Chicago, helping pets in the Chicagoland area. You can now buy Stella Blue Coffee at a whole bunch of different places. Mariano's, Jewel, Pick and Save, Metro Market. You can order at StellaBlueCoffee.com or Amazon Prime. Stella Blue Coffee, it's time to take back your mornings. Pat?
Great coffee, great purpose, great taste. Here's the 0-1 to Anthony Rizzo. Inside fastball spins him away. Sean Armstrong is the new Cubs pitcher. How has Anthony done today? He's 0 for 3, reached on an error, grounded out to second, and popped out to second.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, the proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Wind blowing in, bright and sunny. Rizzo swings and fouls it back.
And strikeouts by Cubs pitcher, sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer. On every mile in a brand new Hyundai.
Watching Anthony kind of waving that bat as he gently rocks back and forth in the batter's box. The left-handed hitter takes high, 2-2. Good to see Anthony playing ball again.
Yeah, it really is. He's such a big part of, really kind of the face of the franchise. During that time where he was, Cubs 15, 16, 17, 18, where they were a force. He had so many big years for this franchise, that's for sure.
Fastball away. I remember late in one of the seasons in their run, it might have been 2018 or 19. Cubs are playing the Cardinals, and the day before, Anthony had a serious knee injury. And we thought he would be done for the year.
Yeah.
It was kind of late in the season, maybe 10, 12 games to play. And, it didn't look good. But he put some kind of a brace on his knee.
That's right.
And it was a gigantic brace and just kind of immobilized. He could barely move. And yet there he was playing. And he hit a home run.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pop-up into shallow center. Dansby Swanson makes the catch. It was against the Cardinals. He homered to left center, and I'll never watch him limping around the bases, but I thought that is determination personified right there. What a very inspirational moment that was, and I'll never forget it.
Yeah, I know an hour before game time, he wasn't even thought of being in the lineup, and they got that brace, and he told the training staff, that pitch misses wide for a ball, I'm going to go out and try to run with this brace. And they're like, well, what are you? He goes, no. And if I can run a little bit, I'm playing. And that, I remember, it was, the end of batting practice. He's out on the field trying to do some sprints in left field.
Anthony popped out to Swanson. One away, Anthony Volpe, the batter, with a count of 1-1. But that's what team leaders do. Team leaders, if you can move, you're going to be playing. You're going to do whatever you can to help your team win a game. Swinging a looping liner into left field, a base hit. And I have to believe one of your teammates watching that would have to elevate your game even higher.
wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Well, and what it does is it just shows it shows what the price is for being a team and winning, and what people are willing to pay to win. And that definitely resonates around the clubhouse. There's no doubt.
Alex Verdugo, the batter. He'll take a strike. Volpe singling in the left field a minute ago. He'll be held by Bush at first. 2-0 New York. The Yankees batting in the top of the 9th inning, trying to make it 2 in a row over the Cubs. Verdugo takes down low in the count 1-1. It was an absolute joy for me, and I'm sure you feel the same way, just to broadcast those excellent Cub teams, starting in about 2015 and running up until the trading deadline of 2021.
Yep.
So many great games and great teams and great memories that they'll be with us for the rest of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 2-1 fouled away. I had somebody the other day tell me, and it was something I said without even thinking, Ron. It was right before the final out of Game 7 of the World Series, and I said something like, Cub fans, you're going to remember where you are right now for the rest of your life. And I really felt that, because I knew I was going to remember exactly where I was, and I think you felt the same way. And it's so sweet to have somebody come back and say, I still remember when you said that. Yeah. And sure enough, I remember exactly where I was.
Yep.
Special times.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss by Verdugo, and that's out number 2.
Well, we got some great pictures of it also. I mean, obviously the game call and what we saw. And Mitch Rosen is here today. He's here in the ballpark, our boss, and we got a great picture, you and I and Mitch holding the trophy minutes after the ball game down in the clubhouse right after the game ended. Just some great, just thinking of that. We were in Joe's office, and we kind of, I don't know if you want to call it, broke into Joe's office, but the trophy was sitting there. I'm like, this is our moment, boys. Let's take a picture.
Joe Madden, the manager, was out probably celebrating with the ball players. So we figured, well, there's the trophy, and that trophy needs company. And we're the ones to supply it. Here's a swing and a miss. Trophy like that can't be sitting by itself 10 minutes after the final out.
No, not at all. No, we got some great pictures for the three of us. Never forget that.
Now the 0-1 pitch to Gleyber Torres from Sean Armstrong. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball.
You know what else I'll never forget that day? So the game gets over. We're in the clubhouse, and I go in, and I see Tom Ricketts, who's here at the ballpark today, our owner of our team and chairman. And him and I hug. We win. And Tim Buss starts pouring champagne over us, and he wouldn't stop as that ball's fouled. I couldn't see for minutes. Like nothing. There's nothing in front of me, and laugh, and Tim just
and Tom got doused as well.
Oh yeah, both of us. It was.
Tim is no longer with the organization,
and I wasn't doing any of the dousing, so I'm still here.
0-2 on Gleyber Torres. No, Tom, I'm sure he thought it was great fun. He was laughing as hard as anybody.
We were all having just an incredible time,
He couldn't see either, though. Here's a pitch that just misses. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Something to be said about that.
I'd like to go back to those games and those experiences, and maybe we will.
Yeah.
The advice would be, if you do get in there, make the very most of it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Nothing like being in a World Series, and there's no guarantee you'll get back. We thought we were going to go back 3 or 4 times. I certainly did after when the team was a winner in 2016 with all the young, great talent we had. The runner goes at first. Here's a bouncing ball to short. Swanson will throw to first. That's in time to end the inning. The Yankees do not score. The Cubs need 2 to tie and 3 to win. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Yankees 2, Cubs nothing on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Pete Crow Armstrong here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Now, 2 Pigeons and Coach Prime bemoaning the fact you can stream DirecTV satellite free.
These humans get the biggest college football games on DirecTV, and we don't even get a satellite dish.
Enough squawking.
It's Coach Prime.
Bring it in. Sure, they could get all that college football without a dish, but you still got your passion, your drive, your resolve, your
incredible career as a football icon.
No, that's me.
Stream the biggest college football games. No satellite dish. Visit DirecTV.com.
This sort of thing.
The sound of Bourbon City. Plan yourself at GoToLouisville.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Brought to you by Menards. Say big money at Menards. Pat?
Isak Paredes leading off. Hits a high fly ball foul down the left field line. Paredes pinch hitting for Michael Busch, leading off the bottom of the 9th inning. Nestor Cortez still in the game. And Cortez has not allowed a base runner. He has set down all 7 men he's faced.
And safe at the plate today. That's sponsored by Grainger. Think safety, think Grainger.
Here comes the 1-1 now to Paredes. Isak swings and misses, and the count 1-2.
And strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are sponsored by Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai.
Cubs just not hitting. Yesterday, just 1 hit in a 3-0 loss. Today, only 4 hits, and they trail 2-0 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Paredes hits a bouncer off the body of Cortez, and he picks it up and throws to first in time. He got hit in the backside.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he turned the other cheek and had it hit him. And then he picked up the ball and made the play to first.
Well, turn the other cheek, you say.
One away in the 9th inning, and the batter is Seiya Suzuki.
Well, after that one, the hardest working player of the game is, and we'll go with Javier Assad. Javi threw a great ball game, threw into the 6th inning. Very nice game for Javi. Sponsored by Bosch Power Tools, what hard workers deserve.
Here's the bouncer toward the middle, but Torres, the second baseman, makes the play and throws him out. 2 down. And just like that, the Cubs are down to their last chance.
And stolen bases by the Cubs. For every stolen base this season, the Turo Tire will make a donation to Keeping Families Covered.
The frustrating thing about these 2 games, Ron, not a lot of great defensive plays by the Yankees. Just a lot of routine plays.
Yeah, it's been tough days to get here in the ballpark. There's 8 hits in the game total today, 4 by each ball club.
Cubs down to their last chance. Here's a smash foul by Bellinger down the right field line. Cubs with 4 hits today and no runs for the second straight day. Bellinger 1 for 3. Grounded out, singled, and struck out. Zach's postgame show coming up soon, as Bellinger will take down low. Stay tuned, please, for the It's Not a Game, Illinois.com Cubs radio postgame show featuring Zach Zaidman. And now Bellinger looks at a strike, 1-2.
Pat Nark toasted a game ball player today by Binny's. Binny's official champagne provider of Chicago Cubs. Our toast of the game, it'll be Javier Assad. 5 2/3, 5 punch-outs in the game.
Ground ball to second. Torres will throw out Bellinger, and the Yankees make it 2 wins in a row here at Wrigley Field. 4-3 the scoring on the final play. The Yankees win it 2-0. Cubs baseball brought to you in part by Grainger. The Cubs count on Grainger's help to keep beautiful Wrigley Field running. To get the products you need, call clickgrainger.com or stop by Grainger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. The Yankees win it by a score of 2-0. Back with the totals right after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's majestic golden eagles and other less majestic birds taunting you through the baseball-sized hole in your new windows. It's soaring guitar solos performed through